And we here. Live and proud. No.
Cut. That'll be a good little. What's going on, Finesse family?
What it do? What it do?
Right now,
What's life like?
life's feeling like an imbalance where the, let's say what I said before, but the energy doesn't match the spirit. And that can feel like a hindrance, but you could also turn that into conviction, is what I'm noticing.
I don't even know what the purpose of fucking freaking. I don't even know what the purpose of life is right now. I really don't. I know what my purpose is and everything, but the purpose of life is just like it's real overwhelming right now.
Really, because we don't know what's going on. Really kind of have to make your own path.
Mm-hmm. Kind of guess, not even kind of.
Straight guessing on a day to day.
That's why we need the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
because it really is just guessing, taking risks at the same time, trusting your own faith. Because if you can't trust your own wings, then you might as well just not even try to fly.
Really just talking to him too through all the moments. Show your gratitude and your appreciation. The same way that you did earlier when you just said we woke up, got another opportunity. Despite whatever annoying, tough circumstances that you go through on a day to day, you still have to see the benefit in it.
Right.
Because if we didn't go through these days, how can we tell our daughters about days like this?
Guide them through, help them get through them. Cause even facts, cause even I called my dad today. I had to like, you know what happened today and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but called my dad and like I could tell he didn't really have the words, but he still was able to say something. You feel me? So facts.
We got to go through times like this in order to help the next person get through them.
We gotta.
It's humbling.
Huh?
It's humbling.
Mm-hmm. We should find a topic. Really talk about. Topic and actually talk about our get back now. Like I don't know. We need to talk about our mission. Like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just like get you two
Mm-hmm.
familiar with what we are really doing.
I will say, just in reflection, I feel as though that the give back and how we structured it last year did its purpose. It may have not have filled the spiritual bank completely the way that we envision it so far, but I think it allows us to understand our spiritual bank exists.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It definitely served its purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I don't even feel like it was real.
Even the times where it was hard, like we had give back events that we could have easily just said, "Nah, we can't do
Mm-hmm.
it." And every time we followed through, it was something that instantly like shifted our gears into to go mode towards our faith, stronger even.
We done did this. Dang, we did give backs. Just us two.
Straight like, and we were handing out just straight bags, talking to everybody, getting to know them. Started really building a rapport with us for real.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good.
I do miss doing them though. I can't wait for this next one. Even through all this,
Hmm.
it's gonna feel good to do that again. Start, especially it's getting warmer. But we was pushing all throughout the year last year.
Yeah, we were out there in the
Cold,
cold
hot.
because we knew they were out in the cold. And not even to say that life got into the way. It was more so, with finesse, we have other avenues as well that we're growing into,
Mm-hmm.
and especially with the givebacks, we want to make them more impactful.
And bigger too. Facts,
Hmm.
more impactful, just better. But yeah, we want more people to start actually involving themselves and stop waiting for us to ask. Even though that's gonna take time, but it's just like this is a community thing. You don't have to ask to be in the community. Just like we inserted ourselves, you could just insert yourself.
Hmm.
See what we're doing. How can just literally come to us? How can I be of service?
And I will say that I've had people reach out to me looking to
Mm-hmm.
involve themselves in those types of things, and it's easy to involve people just to say, hey, come here, hand out food, but it's not something that everybody needs to be doing in that
Yeah.
moment. Like, we should have people that are connecting with these individuals,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to see their points of view the way that we see their points of view, because we already did those steps. Like, we and
Facts.
not to say we can't continue to do so, we definitely will be. It's We want to encourage people not to just show up and hand out food. Like, we want people to speak, and that with the help that we have received, we've been blessed that
Mm-hmm.
they've been a lot like that, where they engage and interact with the community as well. So, but we want people to engage by being themselves,
Facts.
and humanize their situations more.
It's like all these, for example, like any rapper, any artist, like not music artist, like artist, painter, or anything like that. Um, Stuff like that. Like these people in need still have talents, just like us.
Hmm.
Just don't go away. They just need some rust off. You feel me? That's it. But pretty sure you get somebody in need. You never know. You give them a guitar, they might blow up.
You don't know the inspiration that your craft can put onto someone else,
Mhm.
especially in such a low time,
Mhm.
and it's about giving those artists and those collaborators that kind of credit,
Facts.
where they're using their tools that's their niche, what they do on a day to day, to impact people who are prime to be impacted. And yeah, it's unfortunate that a lot of the homeless community is in the circumstance that their circumstance, but the word of Jesus can clear anything.
Facts.
And Jesus instilled us with talents, gifts that we are supposed to impart onto our neighbors with love. And what's more loving than showing people what you do best, giving people your gift?
Mhm. Um,
Obviously, you want monetization, but that's going to come.
And at that point, it don't even really matter. Truthfully, like that's the whole point of the givebacks. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not even as much as we wanted to be broadcast. We never we never cared about broadcasting. We did givebacks that we didn't take any videos, no pictures. We couldn't. We literally couldn't. We just on the go, moving. Like it's bigger than just money.
And I think with us too, the give back was our way of highlighting that portion of the community.
Hmm.
It's not meant for us. It's good that we do that, but we don't look for pats on the backs. Like
Yeah.
I noticed that every time someone says, "Oh, I love what you're doing," it's like, "Oh yeah, how can you help?" Or like, "What would you want to do to help?"
Hmm.
Support it, because it's not for us.
These people in need have something, regardless of which we don't think. Whatever their circumstances, they still just like us.
They have desires. Everyone has desires.
A lot of people just, and it is a lot of drug addicts and stuff like that, and that is still a case, a factor. At the same time, if you're not even willing to help your neighbor, how can the community even ever get better? How can anywhere get better? How can the world get better? How can you pray to God about wanting better, but you can't even clean up your society? I'm not even talking down on anyone to that or whoever's listening and watching. Just generally, just like you can't want to pray to God and not wanting to clean what he.
Well, just doing what he tells us to do,
Hmm.
dog.
Yeah, like I forgot I had the mic on, but not like yeah. I'm like this whole this the rest of this year definitely want to get back into doing the give backs, cause but in a different way, cause we definitely are pushing. Like we're pushing. We're on something totally. We're on a different mission than just doing the give backs. Like a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people were saying last year, "Oh, you guys see what you guys are doing, but where's the clothes?" Or do this, do that. Now we're like really starting to focus more on how we could actually become a successful business.
By also fulfilling what Jesus tells us all to do,
Hmm.
truthfully. Hmm.
Just understanding the kingdom mindset.
Becoming humble in a lot of our own ways. Like there's especially circumstances in my life where, I could have faced homelessness, and I was fortunate enough to not be in those circumstances, but I was putting myself in through uh hellish situations due to just poor habits. And it's, for me, easy to see the empathy in that and to know that there's an ability for people to get out of that. it that's what really gears me, is that I love hearing the stories behind it, because I know through that pain there's a opportunity for progress.
Hmm. The only progress.
Only progress.
Like, yeah, you could always go lower. There's always somebody worse off, but
But that's the point, right?
that.
That means that wherever the lowest for you is, that's your stepping ground.
Hmm.
That's your clear path to be like, all right, this is rock bottom. It's dark here. I see light up there. Let me be patient. Let me work on myself. It's a root.
Hmm.
Sometimes you gotta cut off a limb in order for like the whole thing to be stronger.
Literally, yeah, it's a catapult. You just gotta just wait.
Hmm. It's not easy. There's days where falling short happens, but it's that accountability when you do fall short. True. Because even like with you today, like I was gangster. Like you've held yourself accountable to a degree that not many people can, and that was through expressing it. You know, you were able to express it, and most men don't have that, and so that makes you fortunate. And that's something that I've noticed that we want to be able to supply to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Easier that way.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to. It's a learning lesson, but it's definitely easier to just be accountable. Now you don't have to worry about not being accountable.
Mm-hmm. Hold it, hold on to it, because through that there's only growth. Don't get me wrong. There's people that are accountable, but they think they were right. It's different. It's like, yeah, I did that, but they deserved it.
Yeah, feel justified.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can you be accountable and not
Remorseful.
Yeah.
Feel as though accountability and remorsefulness have to sort of come hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. I think people look at it like regret instead of remorse, and that's why they don't want to be accountable, or that's why they have that justified, because they don't want to feel the regret feeling.
Mm-hmm. You could either have remorse or regret. Between the two R's, they look the same, but how you spell remorse? M-O-U-R-S.
I don't think it's a U. M-O. I think it's M-O-R-S-E. R-E-M-O-R-S-E. I think. Where is it U? More?
One of those weird words.
Yeah, don't really write it down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you'll see. we learn every day. We figure something out. But it's between those two R's for sure. And there's always a sense of relief that really comes from accountability. There's a lot of R's.
Facts, right?
It's like,
and it's all rewords.
Yeah, like
it is a sense that, but that facts. That's what I'm saying. Like it just feels better. Like you feel that relief. You're like, all right, you don't have to worry about not being accountable. Like I know that's a bad way to use it, but like once you're accountable, you don't have to worry about not being accountable because you already stood up for your wrongdoings and you faced it.
And then it can help you resist the next choice.
And be more resourceful.
That was tough. No, that's absolutely right though. I've noticed that a lot more people are open to hearing out, once I feel like lately I noticed that when I open with prayer, things tend to really be smooth sailing. I had this one individual come into my car as a Lyft rider, and he basically was just someone who's been through it, made some poor choices in his life, this, that, and I had the notion to just pray. And obviously, at least with my prayers, I pray with a lot of intent, but also with the understanding that God already has the power to do so, and He's made it so. And so, when you speak into that prayer, that code of language is about the true faith that you have into the statement that you're saying. And I could tell that that individual, he was able to hear it. Like he was telling me how he was getting teary eyed and how, and it wasn't anything like crazy. He wasn't bawling his eyes out. He was, still kept the G, just in case he sees this. Let him know he was keeping the G the whole time. But he felt that. He told me that no one has ever prayed for him. that way. And I was like, well, listen, you got me praying for you. And then he actually reached out to me today too.
Word.
Yeah. So that's what made me feel a lot more conviction as well. Just to know that I had that ability to give somebody that insight, even if it wasn't fully coming from me. Like in that moment, like I needed to hear it too.
Facts.
I was just a vessel that delivered the message, but the message was still for me in that moment too.
Yeah. Especially that he hit you up on, give him your IG.
Contact me today. I was just appreciative. Insightful dude too. You could tell he was like smart, articulate, despite his situations, circumstances. Like he was well put together overall. I just think it takes for people to see that light in people, despite their darkness.
We all get in each other. We all get in our own way. You can have a light for a little minute, then you just start to dim down, and then that might be the day that you meeting somebody, and they see that part of you.
That can shift your whole dynamic. That's why it's important to pray even through those hard times too. Very important.
Facts. Even like this right now, it's episode 1. Well, not really episode 1, but video 1, whatever you want to call it. And just had to do it.
This was a mixture of just not even hard times, but just low vibrations, but high spirit. And we knew that we had to take the spirit and implement it into something. This is the outcome.
You guys could follow us on the journey. We'll be posting every week a video, every week. But also still we're on Instagram, TikTok, Fable, everything.
The Canadian slang. I almost did it. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Give us a follow on the socials. Just know that your support helps us support someone in need. Later. God bless
you. He's a Gerber.
Gerber fam. Real Gerber.